My name's Edward Sanshin Oberholtzer. I'm the resident priest here at the Joseph Priestley Zen community in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, and we're an affiliate of Empty Moon Zen. When I think of refuge, the first image that used to come to mind for me was the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Quasimodo, holding the body of his love, Esmeralda, on the steps of the cathedral and crying out, "Sanctuary." What is refuge, anyway? A place of safety, a sacred place we can turn to for protection, for aid, and for comfort. A coming home. A young child crawling into his or her parents' bed on a dark and storm-riven night. A young family wading the Rio Grande. An Italian immigrant seeing the Statue of Liberty rising out of the fog-draped New York harbor. A family of Jews seeing the coast of the U.S. from a steamship in the late 1930s, a coast of freedom and safety, only to be thrown back into the Holocaust. The door slammed, their refuge denied. This is what refuge might mean. What do we throw ourselves into? Where do we find solace? Sometimes, for me, in a darkened zendo, chanting in Pali with 50 other voices, Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. And again, for a second time, Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. And finally, for a third time, Tatyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Tatyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Tatyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Not a cathedral, not a temple, not a border station. These are ephemeral. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. These we carry with us. I particularly love the Soto formulation of the refuge prayer. I take refuge in Buddha. May all beings embody the great way, resolving to awaken. I take refuge in Dharma. May all living beings deeply enter the sutras, wisdom like an ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May all beings support harmony in the community, free from hindrance. And here's the thing. Taking refuge is not a passive activity. You don't simply settle back into the bliss offered by the Buddha Dharma, like a child snuggling in with her parents. You take refuge in Buddha, and it is your body embodying the great way. It is you resolving to awaken. You take refuge in the Dharma, deeply entering the sutras. The ocean's wisdom doesn't simply wash over you. You have to swim. You take refuge in the Sangha, and the freedom from hindrance doesn't simply appear. It requires that you support it. And so we chant the three refuges, and the three refuges chant us. Thich Nhat Hanh reminds us that when I take refuge in the Buddha takes refuge in me. We carry Buddha, Dharma, Sangha with us. We are Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. In taking refuge, we take refuge in ourselves, in our boundless selves. And this carries with it an enormous responsibility. We are that young, struggling, questing man sitting under the Bodhi tree, awakening with the rising of the morning star. We are the whole of the universe, its intricacies, its myriad ways manifest in the teachings, not just of the Buddha, but of Newton, and of Darwin, and of Einstein, and aren't they also the Buddha? We are the Sangha, not just that person sitting on the cushion opposite you, but the neighbor from down the street mowing her lawn, the mailman driving down that street, the teenager on a street corner holding up a Black Lives Matter sign, the enraged truck driver glaring at that kid, the street corner itself, the truck, the sign, the sky, the birds flying by, all of it. So open yourself to those three treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. And here I want to touch the third rail in religion, politics. After all, what's the Sangha, the Maha, the Sangha, the greater Sangha point to if not to the community of beings with whom we, as the Refuge poem directs us, wish to live in harmony? And how do we achieve harmony if not through the study, through the Dharma of politics? We are, after all, as Aristotle pointed out, political animals. And as the Buddha pointed out to Ananda, companionship is not half of the way. It is the whole of the Dharma. We call upon ourselves to be one with all beings. Our brothers and sisters are out on the streets, and here's the hard part. Not only are they struggling to be heard, to have their legitimate grievances addressed, but those whom we might disdain are also there, and are also our brothers and sisters. We are all beings. We contain within each of us, all of us. We stand with Black Lives Matter, but we cannot deny that we also are the white supremacists. Their fear is our fear. When we take refuge in the Sangha, we take refuge in all of the Sangha. When our neighbors seek sanctuary, we are seeking sanctuary. We are taking refuge in the oneness of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. When that frightened child crawls into bed with her parents, that child is each of us. When that kid pulls down the statue of Stonewall Jackson, that kid is each of us. When that government official expresses outrage grounded in his fear of the loss of privilege, that official is each of us. We are the we are the knee on the neck of George Floyd, just as we are George Floyd. Take refuge and take responsibility. Thank you.